of all, let me say this. More sports need to be framed in terms of weeks. It's one of those really subtle things that the NFL does. The order of it really, I think, helps the subconscious of the fan to stay engaged. So the fact we're doing MLB by weeks, no one does that. I love it.
Well, I think the NFL has the advantage of that it's every weekend. And then, baseball, basketball, and hockey.
Sure.
They're always,
they all started on a day, right?
They're all any day of the week.
There was an opening day.
No, I know.
1 week from opening day. That's when week 2 starts.
Well.
Now, we do this retroactively. Of course, we talk about the week in hindsight. So we're moving into week 9. We're going to talk week 8. We're off a short week. I think something I need to continue to drive home here is that I blacked out Major League Baseball for a solid 20 years. So I need to go back and do a little homework.
Oh, really?
Dude, I left. 2001, 2002, I was gone. I came back 3 years ago.
Cal retired and you were done, huh?
Seriously, yeah. Well,
luckily you didn't miss much other than, maybe Brady Anderson season that 1 year, but. Sure.
Well, we won the AL East in 2014. I didn't even know that until that's how out I was.
Oh, wow. You were completely checked out.
Yeah. I think it was a byproduct of the steroid era, just ruining everything. Barry Bonds was my favorite player as a child. So just that gut punch was too much. I was like, I can't anymore. So anyways, I personally need to go back in and kind of update myself in the last 20 years of baseball. You know more about the last 20 years than me, so you'll be a helpful guide there. I want to talk about past MVPs, Cy Youngs, Rookies of the Year. We don't need to cover everyone in the last 20 years. Maybe we'll get to a few. And then do kind of a where are they now? How did their career turn out type of thing.
Okay.
Because I've noticed.
I do have some fun tidbits, especially of Rookie of the Year. Especially the Rookie of the Year. Because that one was specifically owned by a certain team that a certain guy likes. This one, I'm pointing at myself.
Okay.
There was a stretch there. I think we had 5 Rookie of the Year, NL Rookie of the Years in a row. From Alex Karros, not Alex Karros.
The Dodgers had 5 Rookies of the Year in a row.
Yeah, it was Mike Piazza. I don't know. We'll look up the list, but there was it was 4 or 5 years in a row.
That sounds familiar.
That the NL Rookie of the Year came out of L.A.
Was Puig one of them?
No, that was later. Puig was not a Rookie of the Year. He came up. He didn't qualify for that. He came in when Puig Mania started. That was in July, late July.
Of what year?
Of 20.
It's got to be around 14s, right?
2015, 2016, somewhere in there. 2015, 2016, which is sad because now that he's out of baseball, pretty much. He's basically been blacklisted, but it's weird. It's weird how that works out. 1 minute you're the hottest, you're the hottest thing ever, and then next your phone don't ring no more.
Yeah.
You're back playing in the Mexican leagues.
NBA,
like Trevor Bauer.
Poor guy.
Well, he should have woke that girl up before he punched her in the face.
Jesus Christ. Before we get to baseball, all that said, everything I just said about segments we're going to do, I want to talk about the NBA playoffs just very, 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 very briefly.
R.I.P. the Knicks.
I don't know why Cam was rooting for the Knicks.
You know what? They were my team in the 90s when they were good, when they had John Starks.
Where are they now?
Yeah, that
Chico, California. Where are they now?
Yeah, I went through a weird phase in the 90s where I rooted for New York teams. I liked the Islanders in hockey. I was big into the Islanders. I bought merch, and then I just glammed onto the Knicks just because they were just thugs. They weren't they weren't the Bulls. You know what I mean? They were the Buffalo Bills. They were the Buffalo Bills to the Bulls.
Sure.
They lost to them all the time.
Did you say glommed on or glammed on? Glommed. That's a good word.
Yeah.
I want to say Gloommed.
I think there's a B in it. I don't know.
No, there's no way there's a B in glommed. Great vocab. That's the vocab segment of the podcast. Glommed on because they were thugs. I like how you kind of went into a black accent there when you said thugs too. That was really inappropriate.
Thugs. No, Charles Oakley, Ewing, John Starks, Kenny Anderson,
Larry Johnson, right?
Huh?
Larry Johnson.
Not till later. He was still down in Charlotte.
But he was the coolest NBA thug ever.
When I
say thug is a loving, endearing term.
No, of course.
Seriously,
no, they're throwing elbows in the paint.
You're dope as fuck if you're a thug. AI's the king thug in NBA history.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, there's. I have zero arguments against that.
This is a great fucking conversation. Who are the top thugs in NBA history?
Stephon Marbury.
From two 40-year-old white guys.
Oh, no,
We're only going to name black guys.
No, Malice in the Palace, bro.
So Artest.
Oh, definitely Meta World Peace.
But his name's Meta World Peace. How much of a thug can you be? He was like a Tupac thug. He was like a lover and a
yeah.
terrorist.
Well, I mean, yeah, he came out the other side. I mean, once he got with the Lakers, yeah. But before that, and then what's his name? Jackson. From the whole, remember the Malice
Steven
in the
Jackson?
Yeah, Steven Jackson.
Okay.
Oh, Steven Jackson, fuck you up, dude.
We're not
remember Malice in the Palace brawl?
What do you mean? Do I remember it?
Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about?
How am I gonna fucking forget Malice in the Palace? What is this? 96? Of course I remember Malice in the Palace.
All right, I don't know.
What?
You admitted to checking out on baseball for a while. I don't know where you were in the NBA during that period.
Yeah.
But no, Steven Jackson straight to punch you in the face.
I'm kidding, dude. We're not gonna do a fucking greatest NBA thug segment of all time. Definitely not.
Moving on.
Here's what I want to say about the NBA. Couple things. This Anthony Edwards as the new American face of the NBA, because Europeans have become such kind of the runaway leaders of this league in the past 5 years, is a big deal. I love it. I'm all on board. There's something about the NBA is like the only thing that makes me patriotic on earth. I don't know why. Like, I'll get super behind USA with the NBA. Not much else. Maybe I would with other sports too if people were taking them over. Yeah. If a bunch of Europeans came in the NFL and started to do better than us, I would be very patriotic with that too. So there's something about sports. I guess that's why the Olympics make sense.
Do you know why the Euro players are so much better than the American players?
Why?
It's because they practice more. They practice
better farm systems.
They practice 5 days a week and play 2 days a week.
Right.
Whereas American players play 5 days a week and maybe practice.
We've gotten cocky, and it starts at the youth level.
It's just a coaching philosophy. They think that reps are going to come in real game situations, and it's like, no, it's about drilling. It's about technique.
Well, they said that also makes sense that the collective nations were like, we want to get better and more prominent at this sport of basketball. So we're just going to put more time to it because we can see that Americans kind of aren't. They're getting cocky. They think that they just run the world. It's classic American mentality. And Europeans put in the work, like you said.
Capitalist American peaks.
So this Anthony Edwards thing is really cool on that front, and this kind of nation or national battle that exists culturally and just pure basketball terms. I love that.
Would you mind clarifying that thought, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Look, if Europeans are coming into the NBA in America and now becoming better than us, like, this is a fucking problem.
You're talking about like Jokic and
Luka, a bunch.
Porzingis,
Wemby, bunch of people.
Well, he's African, but
Wemby's French.
Is he French?
Yeah.
He's a Frenchman. Huh? Why is it with the Spurs and the French? Because wasn't what's his name?
Tony Parker. Yeah.
Yeah, Tony Parker was French. We must have a scout there.
So his worst horrible nickname
ever.
I'm going to call him Anthony Edwards. He represents something big, in my opinion.
Sorry, small sidebar. Yeah. Since his name's Anthony Edwards, it makes me think of the actor Anthony Edwards.
ER.
Why can't we call him Goose? Or what was his doctor name on ER?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's call him Goose. I think Anthony Edwards' nickname needs to be Goose. I'm putting that out there right now.
Look, the first thing I thought of,
or what was Anthony Edwards' character name on ER?
Yeah, the first thing I thought of was ER when I think of Anthony Edwards. Believe it or not, that's when he kind of
that's what he wanted.
He took a level of fame up with that show post Top Gun, I'd say.
Yeah, well, he changed his look too. But.
Dr. Mark Green. Great nickname for Anthony Edwards. You're now called Dr. Mark Green.
I think Goose works a little better.
Dr. Mark Green through the lane.
Talk to me, Goose.
So we have the Anthony Edwards versus Jokic, America versus Europe thing. We also now have to the next level Anthony Edwards versus Luka.
Jokic plays. Oh, he played for the Nuggets, but yeah, he beat him.
They just beat him. So now it's like that was. Jokic MVP should be the final boss, but Luka's really the final European boss. Because in the East
this year, I mean, I honestly think Luka and Jokic are, I mean, they're about similar.
Well, totally different positions. Luka,
they play different games, but I don't know. I mean,
Luka's still in it. Jokic isn't. That's, I guess, is what I mean.
Well, he's got Kyrie.
Well, I want to talk about that too, and we'll be done here in a second. Now we have Anthony versus Luca. I saw somebody drop an MJ Bird comp, which I love. 2024 MJ Bird, love it. So there's that, and then we have
Magic was more of a contemporary than Michael ever was for Bird, but
yeah, but
in the
Anthony
80s,
Edwards.
by the time Michael came up, Larry's back was out. So
ish.
I would go
There
more
was
Magic.
late
I'd go more
80s.
Magic Bird.
Okay, well the problem is that Anthony Edwards is being accused of being Michael Jordan's illegitimate son, and he looks just like him. So that's why you do that.
Wow.
Anyways, we have the Kyrie piece. Right now, technically, to me, Kyrie and Edwards are my two favorite players, like outside of the Kings. I think, just like objectively speaking, those two. Because I'm looking at the East, the big names out of there are basically Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and then Halliburton, who is really he was born with the Kings, so we can kind of claim him a little bit as a fan. And that's why I'm rooting for Indiana in that series over the Celtics. Those are our American guys. So that's cool, but I really think the Anthony Edwards and Kyrie, those are the two most like beloved players like within the league, fan wise. Those are the two guys. So I just wanted to say that. Get that out there.
I'm glad you got that off your chest.
I know you have
it was
zero
really
opinions on this.
No, I think the Celtics are going to win are going to the finals, and I think they're going to win. I think Celtics in 5, Mavs, T-Wolves, knockout, drag out to Game 7.
Yeah. I think this is one of my more favorite Final Fours. A lot of people might disagree with me, but I really, really like this just from a player standpoint, matchup standpoint. So I'm actually going to be all in on the finals. By the way, Game 1 starts in 45 minutes for Pacers Celtics.
All right.
All right, we did that. Okay, you ready for some hot links? Some rapid fire random hot links?
Hit me, baby!
Ballpark links. Why am I calling them hot links? Ballpark links. That's the name of this segment. Welcome to Ballpark Links, brought to you by hot dogs. Hot dogs. No one knows what the hell's inside of them, and it could be humans. Hot dogs.
They're not Soylent Green. It's just lips and assholes.
There's some conspiracies out there about hot dogs.
I'm sure there
and
is.
Hamburgers.
Yeah. We discussed conspiracy theories last week, and they don't really hold up.
I won't go into what this particular conspiracy is, but it has to do with human beings and hot dogs and certain regions of the country that do this.
You don't want to know how the sausage
with
is
their
made.
enemies.
There's a reason that phrase exists. You don't want to know how the sausage is made.
Ballpark links. Number 1 is this.
Yeah, these guys, they've watched them all year, and it's been pretty cool to watch a team from Louisiana win it all. What would you say?
Paul Skenes, my mom is single, bro. I need you.
Wow. I'm sure there's a...
All right, Paul Skenes is the topic of the week, in my opinion.
No, the guy is he's pitching lights out. I think he struck out how many now? Like
10 or 11?
10 or 11 in both starts.
Well, this is just his most recent. He did no fucking hitter.
Yeah. Well, yeah, until like the 7th.
No, they took him out with the no hitter. He had 6 no hit.
Yeah, unfortunately, the metrics took over there. I hate when they do that. They did that to Ross Stripling like 5 years ago with the Dodgers,
but he was at 100 pitches in 6 innings. It makes sense.
You got to protect these kids from themselves. Ultimately, I think I know they have the potential of making history, but at the same time, like those 30 more pitches might pop something loose or pull an oblique, or you know what I mean. Like there's a fatigue factor. Like I was talking last week about Skenes, is I don't think he got enough innings and enough work in Double-A ball to. Really, you can't just cut him loose like that. But especially as hard as these guys are throwing. I mean, these guys are throwing as hard as they can on every pitch. This is the reason why we're hitting triple digits and cocking the radar as we are. It's because they are reaching back and chucking this thing.
And, well, first of all, Skenes hit 100 miles an hour on his 100th pitch. Mm-hmm. That's impressive. And two, I think what I said last week was like, I was talking about how a complete game is essentially just as impressive as a no-hitter now, just because you have to basically have 11 pitches an inning, which is insane. That gets you to 100 after 9 innings, basically 99. So if you're gonna have 100-something into the 6th or 7th, like I don't know how you can avoid that.
I think they need to also kind of look at it from a standpoint of like give them more leeway. Like, okay, you got to 100 this time, we'll let you go 110 the next time, and like really like strengthen them up. I think. that and with the rotations where they are with pitching every 6th day now, because you're not. It used to be you pitched every 4 days. You had your 4 starters, and every 4th day you 3 days you were playing golf and then you were pitching, and
so you're saying it'd be nice to see these guys going into 130, 140, 150.
I feel like they could train them better, but again, like I said, they're throwing so hard. The human body can only handle so much. I mean,
yeah.
That's when we were talking about the all these arms being blown out and all these Tommy John surgeries and everybody getting hurt. It's not because of the pitch clock. It's because these guys are throwing as hard as they can on every pitch. There's no finesse. There's no holding back, and I don't care what you're doing, whether you're swinging a hammer or throwing a football or shooting a basketball. If if you're going all out that many times in a row,
Mm-hmm.
something's gonna break.
Paul Skenes, ladies and gentlemen. I think I might have incorrectly.
I mean, I really hope that kid finds his dad. I'm sure that was my other concern.
So funny.
I know we kind of glossed over that,
but on that note, look, this is somebody who's 21 years old. He has a high-profile girlfriend, Olivia Dunn, who's I apologize. I think she's a gymnast, and I called her a cheerleader last week, so apologies for that. This is like
what's the difference?
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. You're canceled from this show. Jesus Christ. I mean, talk about what baseball needs. A young guy. Little leaguers are like, he's already basically a star in some of these young people's minds. Like, he came onto the scene like fucking that. And after 2 starts, I'm already considering him like a semi-star in Major League Baseball.
The MLB PR hype train did a really good job in making sure that people knew his name.
But this is like natural. You got to have your TikTok fame and all that shit,
I mean, I know we do this pod and everything like that, and I've been paying better attention to the league, but like, I don't know who's in the Pirates pipeline. Like, they were talking about this guy when he was still in AA. Like, that's how impressive he was.
Yeah, that's
a credit to him, but also I think it's also, why would anyone outside of Western Pennsylvania have any idea who this guy is?
We do now because he's so good. I'm just saying, my Paul Skenes take is that this guy is going to be a star rapidly. Like, he's moving.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't blow out his elbow.
Yeah. And in terms of just like pitching stars, look, this is just great for baseball. I guess that's my ultimate point. He's going to be one of those guys that will attract young people to the game, and that's phenomenal. You always need that, man. And I think that's where baseball's been kind of hurting. Without looking at the numbers, I'm just guessing amongst younger crowds, they're not. The old heads are the ones that are kind of sticking with the sport, probably.
No. I think there's a bit of a younger resurgence
in terms of fandom. It's like high school programs and travel ball programs across the country are still doing great, but it's like just the whole fandom element isn't as there. And this goes to, I was talking about not knowing the league in 2014. I was coaching high school baseball, and I didn't have any idea about Major League Baseball. So there's like this disconnect there there's not a natural connect there that needs to happen more for the league's sake.
In your defense, mildly, is when I coach, and I mostly coached football.
Yeah.
But when I was in those situations, I was getting such a saturation of football.
I guess.
You know what I mean? I was spending so much time during the week at practice, breaking down drills and working on game plans, and then Friday nights or Saturday afternoons of coaching. Like, you're scratching that itch to where you're just getting that saturation of what you need that you don't need anymore.
By the time Sunday rolled around, you had it on, but.
It was on, but I didn't give a shit because
that's interesting.
I was so overwhelmed with football, like I almost needed a break from it.
There's some irony there for sure. Like, the more you're involved with the sport, the less you're going to watch it at the pro level. I guess I would always think, like, I would tell players to watch the game.
I would too. I would tell my players to watch it
while I wasn't.
but you're just so overwhelmed with it, and just you're thinking about it. You're thinking about it. 8-9 hours a day. It's almost, and coach is almost a 40-hour-a-week job anyways. And
this is the first year I haven't coached in 8 years baseball, and now I'm way into major leagues. I guess it's not a coincidence.
So So you're scratching that itch.
Interesting. Paul Skenes, ladies and gentlemen, and Olivia Dunn. These two are great for the game. I mean, this is basically our Taylor and fucking Mahomes, bro.
No, Kelsey, not Mahomes.
Oh shit. Look, I'm proud that I messed that up. It shows how little I fucking pay attention to that bullshit. Paul Skenes, baby. We have Ice Cube's son posting on Twitter how a baseball's made. I just wanted to mention that. That's all.
O'Shea Jr.?
Yes, O'Shea. That's how he responds to trolls.
He's a fine actor.
He responds to trolls with stuff like that. Like they'll talk shit and then he'll just respond with, "This is how a baseball's made." It's kind of funny, actually.
Yeah, I like that. Then yeah.
I don't know if there's like some meaning that I didn't get with it, but
I like it. Throwing facts back.
He's a smart dude. Cody Bellinger had he scored on a walk-off hit this week on a very controversial call at the plate. What it was symbolic of was the close call where you can kind of tell what happened, yet they're going the other way after an official review. Seems to happen a little bit. There was the Orioles Angels game I went to. The last ended on a out at second.
As long as you're getting the call right.
When this one wasn't. I think we see a lot. One of the themes, and look, announcers are saying this. It's like, I don't know if we're being like overly complaining this year or something, but there does seem to be that even after official review, umps not getting the call right theme this season.
Oh, okay.
Just keep an eye on this.
I haven't noticed that, but okay.
I definitely have. Okay, here's a question for you. How long can the official scoring department, I don't think that's the name for the MLB, go and still correct a call?
24 hours.
7 days.
No.
It's true, though.
I know, but I know, and you know what? I don't like that. And honestly, I almost feel like it shouldn't even be 24 hours. I feel like the official scorekeeper.
For real.
Like it's in the book. It's
you got
done.
your 10 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever. Like
right.
Yeah.
It's not reviewed.
It's weird.
So yeah, whoever's keeping score for every team needs to be an official scorer, and what they say goes. It shouldn't go
like,
into review
before midnight to that night, dude.
Probably.
If you really need the fucking time after,
before the end of business. Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I've seen a few calls like that where it's like, oh, it was ruled an infield hit. Now it's an error.
And we get like hitting streaks that are now thrown out of whack and whatever.
Well, that and yeah, it affects the stats and yeah, it takes a lot of the fun out of it. Like it almost feels like bureaucracy, and red tape, and you know how much I love that. And so it just feels like it takes something away. I didn't realize it was 7 days. I thought they had 24 hours or something.
7 days.
It has 7 days to review.
So the joke I saw was, okay, if we're going back 7 days, can we go back like 1,100 days and reverse Homeboy's Perfect Game where the guy was called the Tigers guy? Remember?
Oh yeah.
Anyway, it's just like, let's just go fucking get everything right then. Because that's the argument.
Just everything retroactively.
Yeah, why 7? Let's just correct it all.
Yeah, go back to the Buckner game. Let's go.
Well, that wasn't a fucking ump call.
I know. I just love watching the Buckner game.
Right field, Ronald comes in, and he drops the ball. And the curious plays of Ronald Acuna the last 2 Sunday nights continue.
Oh, no. Now, look, I'm taking any opportunity to jump on the Ronald Acuna is not as good as Gunnar Henderson train because they're all kind of competing.
I see.
Anytime these guys, if Mookie drops a fucking ball, 30 minutes we're doing on it.
We've been waiting a long time.
So, Acuna, man. I mean, but look, the Acuna is not doing as well this year thing is kind of a thing.
He's struggling a bit, but luckily he's
What's going on with him? What's going on? I'm not literally asking that. I'm just. It's like, did he get a little comfortable in his success? Maybe is he out there partying? I mean,
no, I think so. I think sometimes baseball players go through slumps. I mean, that's the.
All right, this guy was just like best player in baseball last year.
Yeah,
you know?
And you know what? And turns out right now it's Mookie Betts and it's Juan Soto and
he's Acuna's hitting 253, a 717 OPS.
Okay.
He has 14 stolen bases, 3 homers. I mean, dude, those are
pedestrian numbers.
Well, they're
for
not
him.
pedestrian for him.
For him.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
him
yeah,
they
yeah.
are. Other than that, yeah, I just it's May. You never know. He may have a June, July, August that knocks everybody's fucking dick in the dirt. So.
Well, I think statistically you can argue that it's almost inevitable that a player this good, if they do start kind of slow, then the odds are that they're going to have great numbers in whether it's the second quarter
we're
or
on week 8 of 32, so, I mean.
Oh, yeah, baby. We are at the quarter mark. This is a special quarter season episode.
I wish I would have dressed nicer.
Seriously, Jesus Christ.
So the man sitting opposite of me dressed almost identically.
You know what?
Except Except I'm wearing black and you're wearing olive green. Like,
You know, when we fucking, all head to toe olive green, baby.
What, did you just get back from safari?
It's a jungle in these podcasts. It's a podcast jungle out here, bro. So Acuna's having a shitty year. He's on the fucking list.
I have one. I don't know if you have a TikTok for it, but there's something I do want to talk about.
Okay, yeah. I got a few more, but yeah.
Maybe you have it lined up there, but Ellie De La Cruz stealing 100 bags this year.
We brought this up last week.
Okay. Well, I like it. Mayor's bringing it up again.
Do you have anything to add to it?
I think there's a legitimate chance for it.
Well, thank you for that excellent addition onto it being brought up.
I'm not keeping track. Honestly, I don't even listen to this shitty podcast. But
you're doing great, man.
But no, I just
job.
I think I need something. I mean, the fact that we haven't done our Mike Tauchman or Touchman Taukman. We haven't done our Mike Tauchman check in yet. I mean,
we're still getting the format down.
Well, I mean, he was supposed to be hitting what 495 and.
I have not looked. I'm sure he's hitting 253.
Right.
Positive.
But you were just so high on him. I just
it was a joke, dude.
Oh, really?
I wanted to get him to respond to the fucking reel by adding him, but he didn't. So he's dead to me.
Oh, okay.
If you don't at least fucking look at it or like it,
you didn't get any playback in there.
I need some not feedback, but engagement,
reciprocation.
Yes, which I get more often than not. Shout out to Spotify Podcast Instagram page. They've been liking all this shit. So Spotify, whoever's running that shit, whatever 21-year-old intern is running that, shout out. You ready for a new ballpark link?
Sure.
I don't know what this is. I don't know. Oh no. This has become a reoccurring segment. This is not good. This poor woman. Jenny Kavnar, the broadcaster for the Oakland A's. We have a weekly call.
Did she have another flub?
Oh, it happens every week, dude.
No.
I'm not picking on this person because she's a woman, I promise. It's a coincidence because the shit is too funny to not.
Knowing how little the A's pay for things, I'm sure she is. She's probably still has spots.
I'm sure there's some phenomenal women announcers out there. Of course there are. I don't know how this one.
Well, maybe yeah. What awkwardness is she providing?
Okay, so since you have no visuals, I have to kind of paint the picture here. Homeboy, I don't know his name, but we'll hear it in a second. One of the A's best hitters this year hits an absolute rocket bomb off like the second deck. Okay.
At the Coliseum?
This is their call. This might be at the Royals Stadium.
Oh, okay.
This is Jenny's call.
The 0-2, and that's hit hard to left field. It is going to have a chance, and Brent Rooker with a long homer here. 3-run bomb, and Brent Rooker has 11 on the season.
Okay.
Yeah,
so she's like, it has a chance. It was long gone. She's like, it has a chance. Like, are we nitpicking?
Yeah, I feel like it's a bit piling on, but also that call was very AM radio. Like that just so sounded like listening to like the single A affiliate out of Des Moines.
It's nitpicky, but it also that is with announcers. That's just like the nature.
I think she hasn't found her niche. She hasn't found her call yet. You know what I mean?
Calling.
Well,
this isn't it, Jenny. Sorry.
I mean, she was doing weather in Duluth last week, so
Duluth. Did you just mix Duluth and Des Moines together?
No,
and make
no.
Duluth?
No, Duluth, Minnesota.
It's not. It's Duluth. I think you're thinking of. There's no Duluth, dude. Was Arrested Development? The fucking Bluths of the Bluths.
Of the Bluths. Yeah, she was Dutch. Yeah,
Sorry,
I don't know.
Jenny.
I think I feel like I feel like we're piling on it.
I don't think so. Wait, when you get that first impression,
if
when I see it,
if she gets
and I hear it, I'm like,
if she gets 3, we're pulling
in a row.
If she gets 3 in a row, we're 3 weeks in a row of coming up on our radar. We're pulling her pants down and paddling her.
I just love. Hey, wow, dude, Jesus Christ, man! I just love that
metaphorically.
I just love figuratively. I think is the better way to say that.
No, figuratively means actually doing it.
No, that's literally.
Oh
my God. The education on this show is unsurpassed. The credentials of the host on this show are just not to be matched.
Bobby, how are you getting a D in English? You speak English.
I love Is that King of the Hill voice?
Yeah.
Nice. I just love that the Sacramento Athletics are naturally coming up for some bizarre reason every single week. It's beautiful.
I feel like that 3-ring circus is going to get
beautiful.
a lot of attention from all over the world. Would we say the Raleigh Stadium held was 14,000?
Yeah, 13 something.
13 or 14,000?
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll probably put an extra set of bleachers or something in.
They'll rent
Weld them up.
They'll rent a little fucking one to roll out in the outfield.
Yeah.
And seats 80 extra.
Live the live action. Sit in right field.
All right, we're about 40 minutes. I think probably about 10 of this is going to be cut from the beginning, so we're fine. Tune into the Ahlswede Collection on Instagram and Facebook every Friday for TV and film commentary and recommendations. You can tune in on Tuesdays for classic rap albums, old and new. We got some good stuff happening in the world of rap. Every Wednesday, we have sports. We're going a little sports heavy at the AC in 2024, which we're just fine with. Speaking of which, good job, dude. We've done 8 weekly podcasts now with only 1 week off. That's not bad.
Yeah, and that was your fault.
Well, I went to a fucking game at least.
Yeah, you could at least
Got some real views.
I
got a fucking selfie with Adley Rushman, kind of. Just 8 rows away. Chris Sale. I just want to give a shout out to Chris Sale.
He has resurrected his career.
On one of the best teams in baseball. I think they are a top. Well, they're definitely a top 5 team, but the Braves are kind of going to be in that top 3 convo this season.
You know, he had so many ups and downs in Boston, and he had showed so much promise with the White Sox, and then going to the Red Sox, and then
big lanky lefty.
Yeah, he was hurt all the time. Now that he's with the Braves and resurrecting his career in his mid-30s, good for him.
He had this pitch against the Padres against a lefty.
That being said, I really hope he hurts himself in August so that the Dodgers don't have to face him in October.
Just hope that he performs worse, not that he hurts himself. Come on.
Well, I mean, you know,
we're nice humanitarians on this pod.
Oh, fuck him.
There's a clip of this breaking ball, this sweeping breaking ball, and like the distance it covers from left to right, because he's so lanky and long. He just brings that thing kind of semi-sidearm, semi-sidearm, but you know he's not over the top. It's just the distance it covers horizontally it's impressive.
36 inches of break, something like that.
Yeah. We got a big one here. Okay, we might spend. This pod might go a half an hour long because of this. Bat dog.
Bat dog.
Where do you stand on bat dogs?
They have no place in the game.
Oh,
they are a liability. You're putting poor little poochies in the line of danger. The same reason that MLB bat boys have to be like at least like 17 now because of Dusty Baker's kid. I don't know if you remember this.
Oh God, was he okay?
Yeah, no. It was.
Oh, he got ran over at home plate.
No, he almost did, but
yeah.
I don't know who came home first. This is back in the aughts, I believe. But you know, this kid's like 4, if that. And he goes running out there thinking, and the play's still going on, and thank God somebody saw him and just picked him up by the back of his coat.
Yeah,
he weighed
having
30
a
pounds.
kindergartner out there is stupid. I
right.
mean, a 13, 14-year-old can do it, but
also I don't think having a golden retriever out there is.
I mean, that's safer. What do you mean? A dog doesn't have better instincts than a human? I think so.
I don't know. They're about on par with a toddler. I mean, they have the same intelligence.
A dog. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
dog,
they can still get spooked. I mean, I had one of the smartest golden retrievers, or my family had one of the smartest golden retrievers of all time. But when there was a lightning storm, she was in the tub shivering like a fucking bitch. So you know, I mean, like,
I'm just saying, if a dog accidentally gets run over at home plate, I'm not too worried about this.
Why even put him in that situation then? So you're
okay.
You're putting out there for animal cruelty.
Let me backtrack. It's never fucking happened. It's not going to happen. That's it, because dogs are smart enough.
No,
they fucking know. They're trained to get the fucking bat.
They're not.
You're right. I'm losing this debate.
Yes.
Well, there's a cute bat dog video that I want to. Maybe there's
I'm sure they're adored dorbs.
Reese Olson. He got hit in the hip at about 103 miles an hour. Line drive back to the pitcher, some Tigers pitcher, and the comment was like, "Look, dude, batters get hit all the time around that speed, but now this Tigers pitcher is going to be like out for 2 weeks because he got hit." And it was kind of a good point. Like, batters absorbing those 99-mile-an-hour fastballs to the fucking God knows whether it's the hip or the fucking elbow.
Oh, so it was a comebacker.
Yeah, it was a comebacker. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, well, I think with a comebacker, you're a little bit more exposed because when you're at the plate and you see it's going to hit you, you can tense up and protect yourself.
Interesting. I like that.
You know what I mean? Whereas where on a comebacker, especially with coming off the bat at 102, there's no reaction time, and so it's just hitting meat. And so I don't think you have time to relax to protect yourself and tense up. So that being said, that's different.
There's like a defense posture.
As someone who played a lot of first base, especially at Dorland here in Chico, where the sun would set kind of in the 5-6 hole, just behind the shortstop. Playing at 5 o'clock games,
you get hit sometimes.
Oh, I've taken more balls to the face than Rock Hudson, bro. They teach you to put your glove over the sun, and oof. Sometimes.
So wait, you had broken face bones?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah. In fact, it did displacement. I had to have nasal surgery because my nose got displaced so many times that I had a deviated septum from it.
Well, you were the right person to ask that question. Then Jesus, that's extreme as hell. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you walk over to the water fountain, you blow out the blood, and
wow.
And you get the hell back out there. I mean, luckily we wear dark colors most of the time, so you just wipe your nose on your sleeve and you keep playing. Of course, it scares the shit out of the other team, but that helps. So
yeah, I like your point about that's kind of like a physiological point. Like, yeah, when you're up at the plate, there's most definitely a subconscious kind of defense mechanism that's just ready to go. It's also split second.
You're also coiled spring ready to swing that bat. So those muscles are already tight. Whereas as a pitcher, you're expelling all that energy. So you're
on the back end of a windup. You're just sitting there, kind of exposed. You're not tense at all. Yeah. And look, dude, the danger of getting hit at the plate still is just as valid. Right. Like it can be. Are you surprised that more pitchers aren't hit by balls
with launch angles and all the whole periphery of where that ball could go with the spray area, that small little sliver that you're standing in? I think the odds are like one in 2 million or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, so
okay. What I saw, there was a fan that caught 2 foul balls in a row at a game, and I think like MIT or Harvard did the odds on it, and it was 1 in 10 million or something like that.
Yeah, it was big.
So MVP, who are your top 3 American League right now?
Juan Soto. Definitely. I'm gonna say probably Rauschman.
Who?
Rushman.
Adley. Oh, okay.
As far as MVPs go, like as far as candidates,
I like it ahead of Gunnar. Okay.
Well, I mean, Gunner's having the better season, but I think ultimately, at the end of the year, I think Rauschman's he's the senior player.
Are you trying to?
Well, you asked me
be my best friend. You trying to be my best friend right now?
You asked me for ALs, and then
because when you talk about Adley like that, we're best friends.
I need to look at the Guardians. At the Guardians lineup.
So we have Guardians, we have Rangers, we have Royals, we have
maybe Bobby Witt.
You like your Wits.
I like Bobby Witt. I like Bobby Witt. I like Juan Soto, and then take poison from the hose. Soto right now is by far, I think, the far-on leader for the AL MVP.
Okay. Yeah, and Soto, even on in my Orioles universe, I think people are still giving Soto the slight edge. I'm just obviously all in on Gunnar. Adley is almost look, he's been batting above 300. I think he will all season, which is phenomenal in today's era. I think his value is almost, it gets into that incalculable, non-statistical human element more.
Well, I think that's where that comes in with the sports writers voting. Like, I think they're going to see that.
But Gunnar's
rather than just looking at straight numbers.
22 years old, just hot as hell. He's 4 home runs in 3 to 4 straight games. I want to say now he has 15 tied for the league in baseball. Hit another 3-run homer last night. And I had a little argument with someone about Judge versus Gunnar, and that it's just like the MVP is not just how good of a fucking hitter you are. And it's funny how some people really just hone in on that. Like,
right. That's why
defense and base running. Sorry, dude. These are fundamental aspects. What do they call it? A 5-tool player is this expression? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love talking about those 5-tool players. Your Ellie, De La Cruz, your Mookies.
Those should definitely be your MVP candidates.
Right.
Like, you got other awards for hitting. You got your Silver Slugger. You got your Triple Crown.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like
Silver Slugger, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Does that still exist?
Yeah. You get Silver Sluggers and Golden Gloves, and so you can perfectly win a Silver Slugger and be either a DH or a shit heel out in the outfield, or whatever position it is you play. But but MVP, I think, is overall it's your F WAR, it's your B WAR, it's your OPS plus, it's your
sure, yeah,
it's your FIP, it's your CIP.
I think that after 8 weeks, I think we can safely put Soto and Gunnar as the 1-2 MVP candidates, and that's fucking great. Tucker is had the top OPS last week, but obviously no one in the Astros is getting the MVP. NL MVP, we have our obvious guy Mookie.
We got, which I think is above and beyond the front runner.
What's the argument with him over Shohei? Yeah,
well, Shohei's a DH, so he's obviously not taking the field. So,
okay, stolen bases. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, he is running. He does run the bases very well.
Yeah.
But he's not adding any defense to your team. So how valuable can he be? So unless he is winning the Triple Crown. I mean, once he comes back next year and starts pitching again,
which that throws everything else out of whack too. Like, we got to do something about that.
Well, I mean, yeah, because there's a possibility that he could win or win the Triple Crown. Win a Cy Young and an MVP and a World Series trophy all in the same season.
Here's what I'll say. We have to, and I can't wait to talk about this further. We can even talk about during NFL season, because quarterbacks end up winning the MVP every single season, basically. Like, we need to do a better job at, like, look, MVP pitchers, I'm sorry, just are not eligible because we have the Cy Young.
Right.
Just has to be what it is.
And only that, you're not playing every day.
Right.
Well, I mean, I think that's where the college season really hits it. Is they have those, the Outman trophies and. The Gale Sayers.
Dude, I'm for that in the NFL,
which is for, specific positions.
I'm for that in the NFL. But with baseball, and this helps with the Ohtani argument a little bit too, because I don't want to. It's just literally unfair if you're throwing in his pitching on top of his hitting for an MVP conversation. He's going to win it every single year he's in the league, because no one else is doing that.
Yeah.
So in one sense, he deserves it because no one else is doing it.
But if you're also that dominant, I think there's something to be said about that. It's one thing to have a Cy Young level season, but not hit 40 home runs and steal 50 bases, and those kinds of things like that. I think that should all be taken into toll too. It's not all parts of the game, and who knows? I mean, also as a pitcher, you're playing defense, so I mean.
Well, look, my very simple pitch I just said is that pitchers are in Cy Young category, and there's nothing to do with MVP race. So we can just go offense, defense, base running, your whatever the 5 tools are. And that way, if Ohtani does win an MVP, it's strictly based off of his non-pitching performance.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 that he won with the Angels, he was pitching. So
this is the argument. It's still ongoing.
He's so dominant, but.
So
as far as MVP right now, I think the front runner by far is Mookie Betts. I mean, he's playing lights out everywhere in the diamond.
Do the Dodgers are Shohei and Mookie top 2? Because you're a homer, so you can't just say that. I mean,
no, they are tops. I mean, most executives and sports writers right now, if they were to put a gun to their head, and make them vote today, Mookie and Soto are probably your winners of your MVPs.
Azuña is the best Brave so far.
Yeah, he's also a DH.
He's a DH, yeah.
He's also a DH, so there's that.
Who's my man on the Phillies?
I know you don't love Ronald Acuna right now, but
no, stop it. He's not even close to the conversation.
You got anyone on the Phillies?
No, I'll pull him up. There's a guy that's Baum, Alec Baum.
Alec Baum.
I think he's
Boom.
a third baseman.
Boom.
He's their best
He
player
eats it
right
in a
now.
boom. He likes to hit booms.
Those two in the East. And in the Central, we have the Brewers. I want to say maybe William Contreras on the Brewers. Adames, Hoskins. No, there's nobody in the Brewers that really stands out. Top two in the AL and NL. We are going Juan Soto and Gunnar Henderson in the AL. And we're going Mookie and Shohei
Yeah. I mean,
in the NL. I like it. 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 ain't bad for our teams.
Well, I'll take it.
Homering hard. We're homering hard there with the two Dodgers top 2 MVP picks. But there's a decent argument. There really is. Wait, isn't Shohei DH? Wait.
Wait a minute. Hold on. He just disqualified himself.
I'll let you randomly select any year going back to just in the 21st century, basically. Throw me a year, and we're going to talk about who was MVP that year. And
2004.
The 2004.
Yeah.
Okay, this is fun. I like this segment. Oh, bro. Okay, so you have to guess, first of all. So we have American League MVP and National League MVP. I'll give you one clue.
2004, for the National League, I'm going to say Albert Pujols.
That is incorrect. Holy shit. This is so fun. I'm so glad we're doing this. You were off by 1 year with Pujols.
Oh, okay. He was 2004.
But we got to do other years, so I don't even want to give specifics.
Okay.
It's going to be impossible to avoid. No, Pujols was 05.
AL was Jeter.
No. Jeter
or A-Rod.
Not really around.
Jeter or A-Rod.
A-Rod was the year before in 2003, and also in 2005. Another AL player won it in 2004 between A-Rod. These two teams, I believe, played in the World Series this year. They are both from California.
Well, I mean, Mike Trout was a senior in high school, so it couldn't be him.
We have one from Southern California, a Southern California team whose son is now an all-star. Vladimir Guerrero for the
Angels.
Anaheim Angels wins the MVP in 04.
That makes sense.
They played
the Giants. So Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds 04 MVP. Barry Bonds 03 MVP. Barry Bonds 02 MVP. Barry Bonds 01 MVP. I forgot he won 4 fucking MVPs in a row because this is why I fucking love baseball. Because they literally erased this. The man won 4 MVPs in a row and they're like, nope, none of it counts. Like, I'm getting so triggered.
It shouldn't.
I feel like I just got trauma brought up from my dead parents.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we can take a minute now.
All right. Take a deep breath. You walk it out. I'll walk it out.
I don't think that's a coincidence that you brought up 04 because this is the year to fucking trigger me. I think, honestly, that was the last year I watched. The Giants lost.
Oh, they got blown out.
When it was like Barry hadn't won, that was his chance to win one.
Yeah, and he never would.
Oh, my God. This is when I left the fucking league, 04. Wow. Dude, I did not know you were going to
I didn't know we were that deep in your closet.
shoot me with a fucking hydrogen bomb in my fucking heart, man.
Especially with Vlad winning MVP with the World Championship Angels, too.
The fucking Angels. That was the last time the Angels won a World Series, obviously.
I think that's the last time they made the playoffs. Or won a series.
Mike Trout. Okay, this is shocking. It's not, but it is. Since that 04 Vlad Guerrero MVP, the Angels won 4 more MVPs.
Yeah.
2 for Trout, 2 for Shohei.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And how many series wins did they have in the playoffs? 0.
I don't have
0.
That. Yeah. Fascinating.
Well, that's just how baseball writers work, and I mean that's how important the season is. I mean, it seems like if there is a tie kind of a thing, like the tie goes to the guy who did better in the postseason,
which is supposed to not
shouldn't affect things at all. But it always seems like that guy that got washed out of the first round, they were on the number 1 seed, and he was the leader for the MVP, but they got beat by the 8th seed, and then the guy that was close second he goes to Super Bowls and he wins MVP, and it's like, that doesn't make sense.
Sure. Well, I absolutely loved that ride down memory lane. As traumatic as it was.
I was gonna say it's
healthy.
From sitting across from you, it
Could
looked
you
like,
feel it?
Oh no, it looked like you running backwards through a cornfield is what it looked like.
Not a carrot field. Andy says carrot field. You go corn.
Why would it be a carrot field?
That's a good point. The carrots are roots. They're in the ground.
They're in the ground.
Oh, maybe Andy isn't as fucking quippy as he thinks he is. Okay. Yeah, you heard me, Andy.
Call me Shep.
Well, that's week 8 of the MLB pod. I enjoyed this. Next week, we're going to dig into a past Cy Young Award winner. We're going to talk about current Cy Young candidates.
Which, again, are more Dodgers. But
yeah, right.
Yeah, Tyler Glasnow.
Yeah, I got a little story about Glasnow and how he met his girlfriend next week.
What?
How Glasnow met his girlfriend. We'll talk about that next week.
Okay.
AC Sports Podcast. We cover the juiciest gossip in Major League Baseball here.
Spilling all the tea.
Scheme. Have you heard that Travis Scott song, Fiend? Replace it with Paul Skeen.
I don't know.
I'm bringing pop culture to you, dude.
You're bringing up Houston with Pittsburgh.
Great 28.
You need to find a Pittsburgh rapper.
Great 28 Tuesdays.
R.I.P. Mac Miller.
Aw, that is sad. R.I.P. Wiz Khalifa. Oh, no, wait. He's still alive.
Well, I mean, he might as well be dead. But when was the last time he released a track? The guy smoked so much weed he forgot how to rap.
Did you mean to rhyme that?
I guess. Hey, yo, Chuck. They got running mixes in the headphones. Boop. Steven, can you hear me? It's Clint Fandango. Yes, Clint Fandango, I can hear you. Going off into the ether. I'm every woman. It's all in me.
Shut the
Come on,
fuck
baby. I
up,
want
dude.
to know.
Oh, there we go.
Hear you naturally. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, nobody puts baby in the corner, bro.
You're not exactly a baby.
I'm gonna start bringing my own. I gotta bring my own laptop.
You have the build of a baby.
You
do have the build
on
of
cam
a
no
big
more. He
baby.
gotta bring his own laptop.
You do look like a big baby.
I know.
Does that mean?
I feel like a big.
Does that mean?
I feel like a big sack of fucking baby shit.
Oh,
boo.
We should just do a pity pod where we feel sorry for ourselves for an hour and a half.
Oh wow.
Do you think people would like that?
Set the Guinness record for most dislikes of all time.
Dude.
Unfollowed 10 seconds in.
No, we're both unmarried without children. Just
in our mid 40s.
Oh, just
our best days
losers,
behind us.
Dude.
Nothing but
Recording
pain
a
and agony.
Just
waiting for us down the road. That and loneliness.
White losers, dude. Might as well
I just need to hurry up and get a fucking fake tan, a puka shell necklace, and a fedora, and just start clubbing.
You like the candle I fucking lit over there?
So yeah, it's putting out quite the vibe.
I think I prepped the fucking room properly.
I'm feeling a bit of anxiety. I kind of feel like some of the women you lure back here.
Oh, dude. Look. When you start humbly,
exit.
When you start humbly, Matt Lauer button. You record podcasts out of your bedroom when you start humbly. When you start on a $0 budget, but it's smart. It's the smart way to start.
That's right.
A company, a project, a business.
Hey, Apple started in a garage. Come on.
We are the Apple of baseball podcasts. What are we gonna do?